Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to your daily update on Solana. There's enough to talk about. I mean, yesterday we found some strong resistance, as most of you know, and that was already to be expected. I mean, if you watch my videos, what I said yesterday, and that's that's great about these daily updates, because it's kind of like a continued journal about what's going on for Solana. And what we saw yesterday is that Solana was displaying a lot of momentum, right? I mean, we saw that the open interest was growing nicely. This is over the last day, so there we will not see that. But over the last week, open interest was growing nicely. And then what we saw, especially yesterday evening, so when we had that pullback from Bitcoin, is we saw a lot of open interest evaporate, all right? So Solana lost a lot of momentum. If you watched the video yesterday, you knew that I at least expected this. I did not think that with the market circumstances and with the momentum that Solana had, excuse me, but I did not think that was enough to actually break out of this major resistance level between 108 and 104, which is and was the main resistance level. So what I said is that, all right, I think that we'll find resistance there. And then after finding resistance there, if the momentum actually is still high and is still building up, then we can actually potentially break out above that level and rally up to 112 and 115, all right? But now what we're seeing, and I think that's enough to actually draw some pretty big conclusions. Now what we're seeing is that the open interest, after being very, very high yesterday over the course of today, even though yesterday it was already not growing as much anymore as it was before that, since then, it has dropped down significantly. So I think Solana has lost a lot of momentum. I think Bitcoin is actually still holding up fairly well, because Bitcoin also had some bearish pressure, but Bitcoin is still holding its support levels. So I'm not telling you that Solana is completely over, but I don't think we're going to break above 105. And if we assume and if we conclude that we're not going to break above 105, then it's still a possibility, by the way. I mean, if the momentum and if the volume really start growing like today or tonight, when we have the interest rate decision as well, that's later tonight. If then the momentum starts growing and we can see a lot of bullish momentum from Bitcoin, then a breakout is still possible. But I don't think it's the most likely scenario. The most likely scenario is that we'll find support at this major support level around $97, which we're nearing, and we actually already almost touched earlier this morning. And we're nearing that level. We'll find some support there. I mean, I'm not telling you that I think Solana is going to crash, but from there, I do think it's most likely we'll actually start going towards the lows again. So 90, 94, $90 ultimately, and potentially $85, even though that's still quite some moves away. All right. So this is what I think is most likely. I mean, if you look at everything, I mean, Solana, obviously, we still have the Jupiter launch very, very soon. That's today, actually. So we do have that. So like I said, a bullish breakout, and just in general, a breakout above this level here at 108 and 106 is going to be massive. If we can get a 4-hour or a 1-hour candle close above that level, it's a bullish breakout and will likely rally up higher. And there are different ways or different events that could cause that, with the Jupiter launch, but also with the Bitcoin interest rate decision, or at least the interest rate decision, which has most impact on Bitcoin, which can impact Solana because it's very correlated. So that's what we'll have to wait for. But if I solely look at Solana, and then also this is kind of an assumption. I actually haven't looked at this, but I do think it's true. Also, if you look at where most of the liquidity is for Solana, if it actually loads, I mean, my internet at my current place is not great, but most of the liquidity is also to the downside. Like I said, between $95 and $90, it looks most likely that we'll drop down towards those levels. So those are my thoughts. That's what you need to know for now. If you do have any questions, then let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.